Now let's take a look outside. This is a live look at App State over in Boone. Right now you see that snow. Looks like a winter wonderland right there. That snow has been falling in the mountains for hours at this point, and it will be a tough night for folks in the mountains, with severe weather hitting areas still recovering from Hurricane Helene.
WCNC Charlotte's Myles Harris joining us from Boone right now. And Myles, how's it going?
Well, it's cold for starters. It's definitely cold, but you can definitely see this snow. It's not letting up at all, and in fact, it's actually picking up. So if you take a look here at the sidewalk, for example, we talked about it earlier, how there have been crews that have been constantly out here trying to treat not just the roads, but the sidewalks. They've had those little small tractors trying to pave that snow off the sidewalk here. If you take a look here, it looks like it's not even been touched. That's a similar case for the roadway as well. Again, a lot of that snow just making that impact, making the visibility on those roadways a bit of a challenge, and also making sure that those roadways are also being a bit slicker as well, as we continue to see the amount of snow making its way out here in the downtown Boone area. Now, we did get a chance to talk to some emergency services departments as well as those fire departments, and here's a couple other things that they are keeping in mind here. Number one, they're keeping track of the snowfall in this area here, making sure that those roads in those areas here are remaining safe. They're also keeping an eye on those trees. They had a lot of those downed trees in here back in September when Hurricane Helene had made that devastation, that impact in this area. So if those trees get caught in those ways of hitting those down power lines, for example, that could knock power out for a lot of people in this area, where we know that warmth and trying to find that warmth in this area, definitely a challenge. And this type of weather definitely comes at a very challenging time after, again, we talked about it, Hurricane Helene had made that devastation and that impact in this area. So again, we heard from Governor Josh Stein, North Carolina governor, really give that message to this area and to this community as this winter weather continues to make its impact in the area.
For anyone displaced from their homes in the western region of the state, we know that many cities and counties are working with local government and nonprofit partners to open locations for folks to be safe and warm tonight and over the weekend. 3 shelters are already going to be in place this evening in Buncombe and in Yancey counties. Earlier this week, I issued an executive order to waive federal restrictions on drivers traveling with propane and other heating fuels so we can get more heat in people's homes. To the people of Western North Carolina, we know this winter storm is coming at a terrible time, making a difficult period in your lives even harder.
Now, Governor Josh Stein went on to say that his office and his team is doing everything that they can to provide as many resources as need be to this community, whether that's warm clothes, whether that's warm shelter, anything to keep this community here warm but also safe. Now, again, we talked about it. There have been crews out here constantly been trying to keep these roads and these sidewalks safe, paving that snow off there. We've actually seen, again, a handful of them still making their way in Boone, in that downtown area, that hot spot for this area. Something that we're going to continuously keep an eye on here is, again, we continue to monitor not only the snow, but those cold temperatures and possibly those high winds as well. But for now, reporting live here in downtown Boone, I'm Myles Harris, WCNC Charlotte.
Boone, the place to be if you want to see some good snow over there.
And layered up, 6 layers, right, Myles?
6. So.
Thank you. Take it easy.